Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got another GT350 video for you today. This video we're going to be talking about the Soler Performance Throttle body that we recently installed in the car. If you go back a couple videos, you'll see the most recent mod on the GT350 was the Soler Performance 91mm throttle body. Now this modification did stir up a lot of interest on social media. A lot of people wanted to know how it felt, numbers, dyno numbers, acceleration numbers, and while we can't give you all that today because I don't have access to a dyno on a daily basis, so today we're going to be getting you some numbers on the car with the stock throttle body and then with the 91mm Soler Performance throttle body. We're going to be using a GPS acceleration device that I've used for a while now called P-Gear. It's similar to a Draggy in the fact that it uses GPS and can get you acceleration times 0 to 60s, 60 to 130s. However, what I've liked about the P-Gear more than the Draggy is you can use it on road courses. There are road courses built into the software that you can use. So I've used it like the Firm and Sebring before. 3 60 to 130 pulls. We're going to start in second gear at 50 miles an hour, nail it, and go up to 130 using the P-Gear device. We're going to do that 3 times. Now I know that's going to bring up another counter argument. Can't make everybody happy these days, but that brings up the counter argument of shifting and shift times and how every shift is not going to be exactly the same. So in order to account for that, we're actually going to take the time that it takes to do the full 60 to 130, and then we're going to subtract the shift times off of it. I'm going to be able to look at the telemetry on this device. I can see where the acceleration dips, where I let off the throttle to shift and come back on it. We will have to shift twice doing the 60 to 130 pulls, from second to third at about 68 to 70 miles an hour, and then from third to fourth at about 108 miles an hour. And then fourth gear will be able to take us all the way up past 130 before we have to shift into fifth. Now let's say you have a 10-second time, 60 to 130, and let's say the shifts totaled 0.6 seconds. So I would subtract 0.6 seconds from the 10 seconds and have a finishing time of 9.4. We're going to do that 3 times and take the average. Then we're going to bring the car back, put the Soler Performance throttle body back on the car, and do the same thing. Do 3 pulls, take the average, subtract the acceleration differences, and get that average, and then get you a final number of stock throttle body versus Soler Performance throttle body using our P-Gear. This is the best I can do with the resources that I have, so hopefully this answers some questions. I know it's not going to answer all of them, and then there's always going to be others that are always going to, present an issue. I hope you find this data helpful, and I appreciate every one of you tuning into this video today to support the GT350 build. Now we're going to get the car warmed up, get everything installed, hooked up, and ready to go, and then go do some of these pulls. All right, guys, we're in the car now. We're about to do the first pulls with the stock throttle body. This is going to be 60 to 130. We're going to do 3 pulls now. All 3 of these pulls are going to be AC off, sport mode, traction control on. So after going through some of the footage from the phone mounted on the windshield, the mount that I have doesn't really absorb vibration all too well. So driving the car, the camera, just forewarning, is going to be a little bouncy, but it served its purpose for what we needed it for, was to get the numbers. Guys, we're back from the stock GT350 throttle body pulls. Times we were seeing, now this is before I subtract the shift times, I saw as low as 11.1 and as high as 11.4. So we're right in the 11.1 to 11.4 range. Now again, that's before I subtract the shifting time. So probably going to drop into the high 10s, lower 11s when subtracting the shift times. Now let's get the Soler Performance 91mm throttle body installed on the car and go for some more rips. All right, so we just got done putting the Soler Performance 91mm throttle body back on the GT350. So now we can go do 3 more pulls with this to get an average. Again, 3 pulls, AC off, sport mode on, traction control will be on. Gonna be shifting as fast as I possibly can. I was tripping the tires with the stock throttle body, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear that in the video, but no one's gonna be saying that I'm sandbagging this. So there you can see, 91mm GT350 throttle body. stock throttle body back in here, right there. So let's go do these pulls. Alright guys, we just got done doing the pulls with the Soler Performance throttle body, and driving them back to back, you just feel just that little bit more pull in the car. The throttle response is there. It's even better than it is when if you just have the stock throttle body and just flip it into sport mode. It just goes just that little bit more. And before I subtract the times for the shifting deltas, the flat out straight up times are already, all three pulls were better than the best pull of the stock throttle body. Hey, somebody wanted an exhaust pull, so we gave it to them. But yeah, the Soler Performance throttle body pulls compared side by side, straight up with no shifting time removed, were better than the stock GT350 throttle body pulls. So now we're on the way back to the house. We're gonna go through the telemetry, subtract the shifting deltas out of the total delta for each pull, divide it, get the average, and see what the average time gain was, because they're definitely, based on what I just saw and felt, you know, butt dyno, we definitely have some gains to report. And this is, again, this is without a tune, stock tune, just do the relearn process. We changed nothing on the car, not even tire pressure. We even I added fuel back into the car. I added about 2-3 gallons just to try and eliminate as many variables as possible. The GT350, the stock GT350 throttle body pulls were done at about 80 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. The Soler Performance GT350 throttle body pulls were done between 86 and 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So a little bit more temperature for the Soler Performance throttle body versus the stock throttle body, which would usually be a negative. I got them switched out as fast as I could, and so yeah, we added fuel, got them done as quickly as possible. There's a 6 to 8 degrees difference in temperature for the actual pulls, but everything else remains the same on the car. So I'm interested to see, once we take the shifting times out, what the overall averages are. Doing this outro a little bit later in the day, this guys above us decided to let loose on us, so we had to stop filming. Fortunately, we were able to get all the pulls in for both throttle bodies. I even did 5 pulls for each throttle body and took the best 3 of each one, just to have a little bit more of a pool to pull from, and even things out as much as possible, again trying to eliminate all the variables. So here's the data from the stock GT350 throttle body pulls using the P gear. As you can see, the best time we were able to record was 11.13 seconds, and the worst time we recorded was 11.28 seconds, for a spread of 1/10.5 across the top 3 pulls. From left to right, pull 1 after subtracting the shift time deltas was a 10.29, pull 2 was 10.39, and pull 3 was 10.33, for an average 60 to 130 time of 10.34 seconds. Now moving over to the data for the Soler Performance throttle body pulls with the P gear, we have a best time recorded of 10.82 seconds, and the worst time recorded was 10.92 seconds, for a spread of 1/10 of a second over the top 3 pulls. From left to right, pull 1 after subtracting the shift time deltas was 10.11, pull 2 was a 9.98, and pull 3 was a 10.03, for an average time of 10.04 seconds, 60 to 130. So after comparing the stock throttle body and the Soler Performance throttle body side by side, we can see a spread of about 3/10 of a second, or just about 1/3 of a second. Again, this is without a tune. This is the stock tune still. Definitely solid numbers for sure. Very happy and impressed with the outcome and results. These were the top 3 runs of each throttle body out of a pool of 5. The only significant variable that was changed between the two was out of our control, and that was the ambient temperature. The ambient temperature between the 2 pulls was about 6 to 8 degrees warmer for the Soler Performance throttle body pulls versus the stock throttle body pulls. Definitely looking forward to some of the feedback you guys provide. And if you found this valuable, let me know in the comments below what you think. So that's going to conclude this episode here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't subscribed already. If you are a returning subscriber, again, thank you very much for tuning back in today. I greatly appreciate all your support. Don't forget, if you do want to get a Soler Performance throttle body or any product that Soler Performance offers, don't forget to use promo code TDM350 and you'll save 10% off your order. Go to www.solerengineering.com to place your order. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one here at the Driver Mod.